Morning, everyone! Today we're going to know more about some national and international outstanding persons. So get something to eat, something to drink, get comfy, and let's get started.
Leftraro, better known as Lautaro, was born around 1534 in Mapuche lands, in what is now the Biobío region of Chile. His name in Mapudungun means "swift trotter", in reference to a bird of prey, symbol of agility and strength. From a very young age, his life was marked by the war. As a child, he was captured by the Spaniards and forced to serve Pedro de Valdivia. During those years of captivity, he learned every detail of the enemy army, from military discipline to the use of horses and weapons. That knowledge, which seemed to bind him, later became the key to his future greatness. After escaping, Leftraro returned to his people and was soon recognized for his intelligence and courage, which led him to be chosen as Toki, the Mapuche military leader. His strategy revolutionized the way his people fought, as he introduced the use of horses in battle, thus leveling the difference against the conquerors. Under his command, the Mapuche reached an unprecedented level of organization, capable of confronting the invaders with precise tactics and fierce determination. The most decisive moment of his leadership came in 1553 when he led his warriors in the Battle of Tucapel. There, the Mapuche managed to capture and kill Pedro de Valdivia, the governor of Chile himself, marking a turning point in the indigenous resistance. From that victory and war, the name Leftraro became synonymous with courage and hope for his people and a cause of fear among the Spaniards. Despite his youth, he carried out multiple campaigns that revealed his military genius and unbreakable resolve. However, in 1557, at only 23 years old, he fell in the Battle of Peteroa. His life was brief, but his legacy immense. Leftraro remained etched in Chile's memory as the warrior who defied empire. The strategies would transform the Mapuche into an indomitable force and the eternal symbol of resistance against conquest. José Miguel Carrera Verdugo was born in Santiago in 1785. Trained as a soldier in Spain, he returned to Chile in 1811 at the very start of the independence movement. With charisma and boldness, he quickly rose to political and military leadership during the Patria Vieja, becoming president of the governing junta. During his rule, he introduced crucial reforms. He created Chile's first national flag and coat of arms, founded Aurora de Chile, the country's first newspaper, and promoted the first constitution laying the foundations of national identity. Although his strong character led to conflicts with other leaders, such as Bernardo Higgins, Carrera was a decisive figure in Chile's independence. After the Patriots defeated Rancagua in 1814, he went into exile in Argentina, where he continued the struggle. Eventually, he was captured and executed in Mendoza in 1821. Today, he is remembered as one of the great precursors of Chilean independence, a visionary and passionate leader who helped shape the symbols and early identity of the nation. Oscar Wilde was a British writer and playwright famous for his characteristic wit and social sarcasm. He was born in 1854 to an aristocratic family and died in Paris in 1900. A distinguished student at Trinity College in his hometown, Wilde completed his studies at Oxford. During this period, the writer studied the classes of Greek literature, becoming an expert on the subject, and even winning several classical prizes, such as the Newdigate Prize for Poetry, which was very prestigious at the time. He balanced his studies by traveling throughout Europe and publishing his poems in newspapers and magazines. Oscar Wilde was an important figure because he challenged Victorian norms. He was a fan of aestheticism and began to wear more striking clothes and grow his hair long, which was the opposite of what was considered masculine at the time. He was accused of being homosexual and spent 2 years in prison with hard labor for serious indecency and sodomy. He had a secret relationship with Alfred Douglas, and even though he is known as a central figure in the fight for homosexual rights and the amazing books he wrote, Hedy Lamarr was a woman from what was formerly Austria-Hungary. Famous for her work as an actress and producer, she was born November 9, 1914, in Vienna, and died on January 19, 2000. Lamar's brilliant mind was often ignored, and her beauty took center stage when she was discovered by director Max Reinhardt at age 16. She studied acting at the Max Reinhardt Drama School in Berlin, Germany. As an actress, she was considered the most beautiful woman in Europe. Hedy Lamarr was a pioneer for several technologies we use today, like GPS, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. At the time, Lamarr realized that the radio-guided signals for US Navy torpedoes were very easy to intercept. While talking with composer George until they realized that they could change frequencies in the same way that notes are changed on a player piano. This is how frequency hopping in a spread spectrum was born. The military didn't realize the usefulness of this invention until 1962. Lamar's technology was used to control torpedoes and for communication, and today it is still in use for mobile networks, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. And even with the gender prejudices, Hedy Lamar's invention was a success, demonstrating that it is possible to achieve success despite the opinions of the others.
Elena Cafarena. He was born on March 23, 1903 in Iquique, Chile. During her adolescence, her family decided to emigrate to Santiago, Chile. During her studies at the university, Elena became more aware of the legal difference that women lived with, and that turned her into a feminist, having the need to put an end to this discrimination so that women can be free and happy. At the university, she met Luis Emilio Recabarren, who agreed with Elena's ideas and encouraged her to fight for injustice. She is considered, under the prism of contemporary historians and humanists, as one of the most relevant characters of the Chilean history of the 20th century, since she dedicated a great part of her life to fight for women's emancipation. She fought hard for women's rights. She participated in the Association of University Women, which was key to obtain the women's electoral vote. Elena courageously drafted, together with Flor Heredia, the bill that would allow women to vote in all elections. But with the untimely death of President Pedro Aguirre Cerda, the legal status of women remained intact until 1949, where the radical President Gabriel González Videla agreed to sign the decree that gave women full voting rights. It was hard to achieve gender equality, but they did it, and this was the brave Elena Cafarena, one of the most important women in Chile and feminist, fighting for her rights and vote in a very sexist era with little freedom of expression. Charles Robert Darwin. He was born on Shrewsbury, Shropshire, England on February 12, 1809. He came from a wealthy family, and at the age of 8 he already showed a clear interest in natural history and biology. He went on to study theology at Cambridge University and medicine at Edinburgh, although he always continued to enjoy the biological sciences. In 1831, he had the opportunity to go as a naturalist on a ship called HMS Beagle, frequently exploring the South American coast and Pacific islands. This trip was fundamental for his new theory. His research as a naturalist, he agreed that we were part of a constant evolution and close evolutionary relative of primates. This theory was called theory of evolution by natural selection. People completely disagree as they thought this was impossible for us to come from monkeys, but the passage of time proved him right, and once again his thinking was put into play. He was frequently considered and endorsed by scientists as one of the precursors of this idea. Charles Darwin developed the theory of evolution by natural selection, proposing that the species change and develop from common ancestors through a gradual process of adaptation to the environment. He also extensively documented new animal species, and that's why Charles Darwin is one of the most important naturalists for his innovative discoveries and revolutionary theories of his time. Violeta Parra was much more than just a singer-songwriter. She was a fundamental Chilean artist and folklorist, and her work made her one of the most significant figures in Chilean popular music. Her cultural exploration left a deep and lasting mark. She recognized as the initiator of the Nueva Canción Chilena movement. This was an important musical movement that emphasized the country's full roots, always with a strong social and political focus in the lyrics. Through her song, Violeta explored identity, social struggles, and the beauty of everyday life. But her art wasn't limited to music. Violeta was a remarkable artist whose creativity extended to painting, ceramics, and textile work like tapestry and art piedras. These are vibrant pieces that often depict popular stories and landscape. Her musical repertoire includes songs that have become global anthems such as Gracias a la Vida and Volver a los 17, as well as iconic songs like La Jardinera. This track demonstrates her unique ability to intertwine poetry with popular music. Violeta Parra's legacy transgenerations. To honor her, October 4, her birthday, is celebrated as the Day of Chilean Music and Musicians. Her life and work are preserved and displayed at the Museo Violeta Parra in Santiago. Marie Curie was born Maria Skłodowska in Warsaw, Poland in 1867. From a young age, she was an exceptionally bright student, but as a woman, she faced many obstacles to higher education. This didn't stop her. She moved to Paris to study at the famous Sorbonne University. In Paris, she met and married Pierre Curie, a brilliant French physicist. Together, they began their groundbreaking research on radioactivity, a term she herself coined. Their collaboration led to an incredible discovery in 1898. They found two new elements which they named polonium after Marie home's country, Poland, and radium. Their hard work and dedication paid off. In 1903, Marie, Pierre, and another scientist named Henri Becquerel were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. This made Maria the first woman ever to win a Nobel Prize. After Pierre's tragic death, she continued her research alone. Her perseverance led to another historic achievement in 1911. She won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her work on polonium and radium. This made her the only person to have won Nobel Prize in two different scientific fields. Marie Curie's legacy is immense. Her discovery laid the foundation for modern nuclear physics and even led to new treatments for cancer, such as radiotherapy. During World War I, she put her research into action by developing mobile X-ray units to help wounded soldiers. She eventually died in 1934 from a blood disease caused by long-term exposure to radiation. Her life is a powerful testament to the pursuit of new knowledge and strength of the human spirit.
And so, the video ends. I hope you enjoyed and learned more about these outstanding persons. And with nothing more to say, see you. Peace.